Hello there, lovely people. What's going on? Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Today I'll be doing a couple of more videos for you. I already did three, but I feel like there's a little bit more energy. Maybe I'll do 2 to 3 videos. Not quite sure. I intend to do a morning thoughts episode. If my voice allows, I will do. So I have a list for you of a classy fragrance list. I do that once in a while, different type of genre. But the first episode I want to do a Cartier fragrance. I promised this like perhaps a couple of 1 week back or 10 days back, but I actually forgot to review it. So finally the Cartier review is going to be here. It's going to be called Cartier Déclaration Bois Bleu or Bois Bleu. Okay, so as you can tell, the packaging is not what it's supposed to be. It's a very old fragrance. This is a 2001 release as far as my memory serves, and this is a flanker to original declaration. Original declaration, I have quite a few flankers. This is the original declaration, and all the boxes you'll see, they come in red packaging like this. Okay, the reason being this thing becoming orange is not a fake. They kept these bottles under the light, very bright light, so they sort of like tend to lose color and become sort of fade. Okay, but I tested the perfume, it was original. Okay, so Cartier box looks like that. It's supposed to be just red instead of the orange color, but the C here for Cartier should be black. So here is the other information, Bois Blue, or I'm going to say Bois because I'm pretty sure that's not correct, but it's 100 ml. And this is long gone. This is a discontinued fragrance. I saw absolute no review. If there are, I'm apologizing, but I am a content creator, so I try to find fragrances which do not have any reviews. Perhaps people may find this bottle somewhere, and then if it piques interest to them, they can try. Okay, that's all the whole purpose of my reviews. So here's the bottle. The bottle is very lovely. I actually took some beautiful shots outside of this bottle when I reviewed it. Not reviewed, I took it out for, like photo shoot or something like that. And the thing is, like, I took some nice outdoor pictures. I'll keep one of them as cover photo or thumbnail rather. Really nice looking bottle. And I have actually reviewed previously Declaration Cologne, I think. Yes, they are similar sort of style, but this one, the Cologne one, is light green. This is like a, I think it's kind of like a bluish greenish color, similar to this one, Pacific Rock Moss. Okay, they're kind of similar, but since this is in a frosted glass, so it doesn't look the same. But this actually is like a light green with a blue tinge to it. Very beautiful to look at. Looks like Maldives basically. And they have typical stopper, which I don't like their necks. It looks kind of not pretty. Okay, I never was a fan of these kind of sprayers. They do fine, but look, this place is like kind of like open, and then they look very flimsy. They do serve the purpose, but I feel they're very flimsy. I don't like that. And the name is Bois Blue here, and base looks like that. You can see the juice color like this. Okay, this is not frosted, so you can see real juice color. So that's about it for the presentation. The price on these are like $65, give or take, but if it's discontinued, some other countries may charge for discontinuation, so that can go up to $100, $200. That happens, right? And I'm sorry, I have a really bad hair day. I'm not in a good mood. As you can see, I'm not smiling much. Something's bothering me. I'll share with you in my morning thoughts episode. Sprayer is really good. I mean, I'm wearing this on my hand. Really, really lovely fragrance. Let me spray some here. Sprayer is very good. If you spray a little, it shoots still like about this much. Okay, so very solid spray. And I am actually like not surprised that this one doesn't have any reviews. Okay, because many fragrances like this line has a lot of flankers. Steven did some of the other reviewers did some, but there are many flankers. How many people are gonna buy, right? So here you go. So let me actually talk about the original declaration, then we'll talk about some of the flankers. Original declaration, it's a very woody, spicy, like people compare this with Terre d'Hermes, okay? But Terre d'Hermes has this orange. This one perhaps has some orangey vibe, but basically this is mostly a woody, spicy fragrance, very masculine, and it takes time to understand the complexity of this fragrance. I did not like this at all. I bought a small 50 ml by mistake instead of buying Declaration d'un Soir, which I love also. I have Declaration d'un Soir. I have the Intense. These are like totally different smelling fragrances, not just the name is the same from the line. But Original Declaration, I understood much later. It's a very beautiful, masculine, classy fragrance, okay? But the flankers are made to be a lot more tolerable, which they made the cologne. The cologne was, for me, a very nice citrusy, lemony, summery sort of fragrance, and I really used heavily in last summer. But this year, I'm not using it much because I have many other fragrances to rotate, but this is a nice one as well. So they have Declaration Perfume, which I never got to try. So let's see how good this is. Some people said on Fragrantica, this one, it's just forgettable one. Some people say it's a very nice, nothing special. So what's my take on it? So the fresh spray is here. So when I smell it, according to Fragrantica, because I don't remember the notes, I think there's birch, lemon verbena, something like it. Let me tell you. According to Fragrantica, this has teak wood, bergamot, birch leaf, vetiver, lemon, bitter orange, nutmeg, and cardamom. Interesting sort of a mix. And then the presence of, I think there's someone mentioned leather somewhere. I don't know. Okay, leather, it's not in this. Okay, I did not detect much leather. I wore this outside, okay, under the sun. It was very hot and humid. Now in Bangladesh, it feels like 44 degrees. And what we hear from TV channels or something, they're saying it's the global warming sort of effect, or somewhere in the ocean there is like a huge, I don't know, something's happening there. I'm not an environment specialist, but basically due to that, our heat and humidity especially is very, very high, and people are really haven't seen this kind of heat over the last however many years Bangladesh is existing. So naturally fragrances are not lasting that much. Even in the longest lasting my collection YSL YDP fragrance like that do not last because of the humidity. So this one performed quite well for my liking, because I do not expect this kind of a blue, kind of a boys blue, this kind of cologne tonic sort of a perfume. There are also many other ones. I have seen limited time release. There's a blue bottle. I do not hold expectation like the original one is a beast. Okay, I showed you the original Cartier Déclaration. This perfume lasts like Terre d'Hermes, and these both last like well over 8 to 10 hours. Okay, so if you expect that kind of longevity from this one or even the cologne, you'll be mistaken. So hold your expectation realistic. Okay, this fragrance is not supposed to give you more than 3 to 4 hours by right. If you have extreme high heat and humidity, that's as much as it's gonna last. If it's something like say somewhere in France or Europe, I can imagine UK, this kind of atmosphere where there's less pollution, less heat and humidity, just mild sun, shy, this is gonna perform like 5 to 6, 7 hours, which is gonna be to us is gonna be basically performer, but sadly we don't have that kind of weathers. This one gave me very satisfactory performance. I could smell the far dry down. On the far dry down, it becomes a little bit spicy. The birch is there. Very enjoyable, the woody aspect of it, the teak wood. But mostly in the opening, you are welcomed by this beautiful citrus, right? They mentioned bergamot or some of the citrus, but it's basically lemony, kind of herbal, green, fresh. If you know the fragrances like Gucci Guilty Cologne or Gucci Memoir du Noir, I forgot the fragrance name, beautiful green bottle. It's like herbaceous, fresh, cooling fragrance. It's a little bit citrus up top, but it's not like a lemony fragrance. So it becomes kind of like a citrus, herbal, and kind of like you can think of coriander, stuff like that. And after that, it goes to a little bit spicy, but just that bit spicy. It's a fresh opening with a mild spicy dry down, like something like my Spice Bomb Fresh, which is somewhere there. I don't know where I kept it. I saw it, yeah, it's there. So anyway, you can see it. But I like this kind of lighter take on fragrances because when weather is hot and humid, better to avoid wood, heavy leather, heavy sweet, heavy spices. This kind of notes, what happens is it becomes like magnifying under the high heat and it gets you headache, right? This one didn't do it for me. So good sides, very soothing, very beautiful, very classy kind of a gentlemanly fragrance. Casual summer days, you can wear this for office, gym. Very classy. I mean, the juice color is beautiful. I don't know if it's the real juice color or it changed over the years because it's been 21 years, right? This fragrance existed. Many of you are not even 20. So this fragrance is for, I would say, not go out there. It screams of uniqueness or it's like a treasure chest. You have to go down the sea and then find it and find one bottle somewhat and get like 10 backup bottles. No. This is the kind of fragrance if you see, let's say this is a scenario realistic. If you see it in certain shop where they have few fragrances, you see, oh, Joy reviewed Boys Blue, that fragrance. If they have a tester, let me try it. And maybe they're selling for darn cheap, like let's say they're selling it off for 25 bucks, okay, or $30, and you get a good deal and you have to blind buy. In that case, get it. If you have a sprayer, awesome. But highly likely Cartier won't carry it because discontinuation, okay. So they only keep the current production ones. So this one is highly likely going to find it in discounted shop or or airport, okay. Or some of the shops, they carry a lot of fragrances like old batches. You find La Nuit de l'Homme, some treasure ones. This is where you're going to find this, okay? So ideal scenario is if you're a fan of first of Cartier fragrances, this is a very good fragrance, very good cologne. Overall, this fragrance, I give it 7.5. But it's a kind of fragrance, it's going to be standing out in your collection from the modern if you, let's say, been collecting for one year and you're buying only the latest releases, this is going to be so different from what you have. Okay, for summer, if you want to get something different, it has that uniqueness. But with this, even the cologne, if you have one of these, I don't think you need many more, because one will do just fine and they will serve the purpose. So you get the idea, right? So Cartier Declaration Bois Bleu, my initial target was just to review this, and I hope some of you are Cartier fan, you can give it a try. I know perhaps you don't get the view, but at least when I'm gone, perhaps the review will be there. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching. I'll go and do the list and do maybe a morning first episode. Take care. Bye bye.